Introduction. The Orks, the green tide of Warhammer 40,000. Welcome to our deep dive into one of the most iconic and chaotic factions in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, the Orks. Known for their brutal strength, insatiable appetite for war, and unique culture, the Orks are a force to be reckoned with. Join us as we explore the origins, society, and enduring impact of the Orks on the grimdark future of Warhammer 40,000. Chapter 1. The origins of the Orks. The Orks are one of the oldest and most widespread species in the galaxy, their origins shrouded in the mists of prehistory. They were created by the ancient and advanced race known as the Old Ones, who engineered them as a weapon against their enemies during the War in Heaven. Orks are a blend of animal and fungal DNA, giving them incredible resilience and the ability to thrive in almost any environment. Ork biology is uniquely suited for war. They possess a remarkable capacity for regeneration, healing from wounds that would be fatal to other species. Orks grow larger and stronger the more they fight, driven by an instinctual need for conflict. Their reproduction is also tied to their fungal nature. Spores released by dying orks can quickly grow into new orks, ensuring their numbers never dwindle for long. Chapter 2. Ork Society and Culture. Ork society is built around the concept of might makes right. The strongest and most cunning orks rise to positions of power, leading war bands and dictating the direction of their group's activities. Ork culture is deeply anarchic and violent, with constant infighting and brawling serving as a means of establishing hierarchy and maintaining discipline. Ork society is divided into various clans, each with its own distinct characteristics and preferences. Some of the most well-known clans include the Goths, renowned for their brute strength and love of close combat, the Evil Sons, who favor speed and mechanized warfare, the Death Skulls, infamous for their looting and scabbing, ink skills, and the Blood Axes, who occasionally adopt un-orky tactics like stealth and diplomacy. Central to Ork culture is the concept of Waaagh, a collective psychic energy that unites them in their desire for war. When enough orks gather together, their combined Waaagh energy can warp reality, making their ramshackle technology work in ways that defy logic and enhancing their already formidable combat abilities. Chapter 3. Ork Technology and Warfare. Ork technology is a bizarre and often contradictory mix of primitive and advanced elements. Known as mech boys, Ork engineers have an intuitive grasp of machinery, cobbling together weapons and vehicles from scrap and debris. These creations, while crude and haphazard, are highly effective in battle due to the Orks' sheer willpower and the influence of the Waaagh. Ork weaponry ranges from massive, oversized axes and clubs to fearsome guns like the Shuda and the Daka. Their vehicles, from the ubiquitous trucks and battle wagons to the terrifying Stompas and Gargants, are equally varied and deadly. Ork aircraft, such as the Daka jet and the Fighter bomber, dominate the skies in a display of aerial brutality. The Ork approach to warfare is straightforward: overwhelm the enemy with sheer numbers and brute force. Orks revel in the chaos of battle, charging headlong into the fray with wild abandon. Their war bands, led by powerful war bosses, sweep across planets in devastating invasions known as Waaaghs, leaving destruction in their wake. Chapter 4. The Waaagh and the Ork Psyche. The Waaagh is the heart and soul of Ork society, a phenomenon that embodies their love for war and unites them in a singular purpose. When a war boss calls a Waaagh, orks from all around flock to join the fight, driven by an almost religious fervor. The Waaagh is both a war cry and a state of being, a manifestation of the orks' collective psychic energy that enhances their combat prowess and technological capabilities. The psychic Nat, Ewer of the Waaagh, has profound effects on ork behavior and society. Ork psychers, known as Weird Boys, tap into this energy to unleash devastating powers on the battlefield. However, this connection to the Waaagh is not without its risks. The raw psychic energy can drive Weird Boys to madness or cause catastrophic backfires. The Waaagh also reinforces the orks' belief in their own invincibility. Their collective mindset can warp reality, making their often ramshackle equipment work as intended simply because they believe it will. This phenomenon explains why Ork technology, which by all rights should be unreliable, is capable of such destructive power. Chapter 5. The Great Ork Leaders and Their Legends. Throughout history, The Orks have been led by numerous legendary war bosses, each leaving an indelible mark on the galaxy. One of the most famous is Gazkul Mag Uruk Thraka, a war boss of unprecedented ambition and strength. Gazkul's Waaghs have ravaged countless worlds, and his vision of a united Ork empire continues to inspire fear and respect among Orks and their enemies alike. Another notable leader is Captain Badruk, a freebooter with a flair for piracy and plunder. His exploits have made him a legend among Ork kind, and his fleet of looted ships terrorizes the space lanes. Badruk's cunning and resourcefulness make him a formidable foe, capable of outmaneuvering even the most well-prepared opponents. Ork leaders often become larger-than-life figures, their deeds and battles celebrated in Ork folklore. These stories, passed down through generations, inspire future war bosses and shape the aspirations of countless Orks. The legacy of these great leaders is a testament to the Orks' enduring spirit and their relentless drive for conquest. Chapter 6. The Orks' Role in the Warhammer 40,000 Universe. The Orks play a significant and often disruptive role in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Their constant raids and Waaghs pose a persistent threat to the stability of the Imperium and other factions. Ork invasions can devastate entire sectors, forcing the Imperium to divert vast resources to counter their assaults. Despite their chaotic nature, Orks can occasionally serve as unwitting allies against greater threats. Their sheer unpredictability and the scale of their Waaghs can disrupt the plans of more insidious foes like Chaos or Tyranids. However, the Orks' inherent love of conflict ensures that any temporary alliances are short-lived, with Orks ultimately turning on their erstwhile allies in search of a good fight. The Orks' presence in the galaxy serves as a constant reminder of the inherent chaos and danger of the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Their endless drive for war and their ability to thrive in even the most inhospitable environments make them a uniquely resilient and challenging foe. Chapter 7. The Future of the Orks. The future of the Orks is as unpredictable as the Orks themselves. Their constant infighting and the rise and fall of war bosses ensure that Ork society remains in a state of perpetual flux. However, the sheer tenacity and adaptability of the Orks guarantee that they will continue to be a major force in the galaxy. The ongoing Waaghs, such as those led by Gazkul, indicate that the Orks' thirst for conquest is far from quenched. As long as there are battles to be fought and worlds to be conquered, the Orks will persist, driven by their unending desire for war and the influence of the Waaagh. The Orks' ability to adapt and thrive in any situation makes them a wild card in the galactic struggle. Their presence ensures that no faction can ever feel truly secure, as the green tide of the Orks can surge forth at any moment, bringing chaos and destruction in its wake. Conclusion. Reflections on the Orks. The Orks are a fascinating and uniquely chaotic faction within the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Their relentless drive for war, their anarchic society, and their bizarre yet effective technology make them one of the most formidable and unpredictable forces in the galaxy. As we reflect on the Orks, we are reminded of the raw, unbridled energy they bring to the Warhammer 40,000 universe and the enduring impact of their Waaghs. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of the Orks. We hope this exploration has deepened your understanding and appreciation of these green-skinned warriors and their role in the Warhammer 40,000 lore. Stay tuned for more in-depth looks into the rich and complex universe of Warhammer 40,000. Until next time, may your Daka never run dry.